the documentations from the doctor. And then there's a loss of support and also the funeral grant, which is now the money paid to everyone who's lost his or her life on our roads. So those are the objectives that the Solicitors Services, including the benefits that I've highlighted at last.
Right. Now, can you also explain the process for submitting claims to the MVA Fund and what documentation is required?
Yes, I've indicated earlier that we ensure that we get to the scene of accident, meaning that after hospitalizations, we expect from everyone to get to the nearest center of the MVA Fund, ensure that you obtain a claims form. The claim form we expect from you to complete it thoroughly with all requested information, and then you attach all supporting documents. That would be the police report, number one, your ID, your medical record, and those are some aspects that I can just highlight. But what we do, we give you a checklist where we indicate what are the necessary documents that need to accompany your claim form to ensure that it's completed and to be able to go fast through the process.
Mm-hmm. Now, what would you say are some of the challenges that you face bound to claims, and how do you plan to address these challenges in the long run?
Yes, as any other institutions, we encounter challenges. Obviously, one of them would be claims that are not submitted on time, and claims that are prescribing, meaning that they are not submitted within the time required, and therefore by the time they want to launch their claim, it's late, and we would not be able to take up those claim forms. In addressing them, the lack of one of the issues is that the people do not have the necessary documentations for them to be able to submit the claim. And when we send them back to get these documentations, it takes time. So our plan to address this issue is to make sure that we educate so that people can know what are the expectations, what do we expect from them when they're submitting their claims. And I think that we can also probably be able to find a way to proper address this issue is to get in touch with the Ministry of Home Affairs. And I want to applaud them for the services that they are rendering lately of ensuring that they're getting to all the regions to register each and everyone who would need a birth certificate, an ID, and all that, because these documents are very crucial with many institutions. The banks, wherever you do your applications, you need these national documents. And also the collaboration with the police is one of the crucial aspects, because we would need a police report. Without a police report, you would not be able to submit your claim, because that's one of the main authentic documents that we would need to substantiate your claim.
Right. So how does the MVA Fund plan to control the increased number of claims due to recent accidents that are taking place?
Yes, we know that the crashes are on an increase, and one would highlight that there are certain regions that have more accidents than others. Commerce would top the list, and then followed by other regions such as Rongo and Chodonjupa. And how we intend to address this issue would be through the interventions that we are carrying out. We have a number of programs that we put in place to make sure that we address the issue on an increase of crashes. We have the aspect of passenger safety, where we want to ensure that passengers are safe in an event that a crash happens. And there's also an alarming incident of pedestrians that are run over, especially in commerce and all the other areas where we indicate pedestrians where to cross, when to cross, and how to cross. And also we address the little ones that are also more vulnerable, where we go from school to talk to them and to have activations on proper ways to make sure that they know what are the rules and what is being expected from them, so they cannot be vulnerable to accidents.
Mm-hmm. So, within your 37 years of operation, how many claims would you say the MVA Fund has paid out thus far?
It is unfortunate that I will not be able to bring you the figures, so I would not give you an adequate answer on that one at this moment, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. And how does the MVA Fund ensure that its services are accessible to people across the country?
Yes, the fund has done a deliberate task of making sure that we have our services are accessible. By doing that, we have set up offices in number of regions from the south to central and up north and up to the northeast. We have about 8 service centers that are operating within the country, meaning that our services are really within reach. And on top of that, we attend trade fairs, we attend other major events where we make sure that our services are accessible. And in addition, lately we have a program that we call the Fund on Wheels that reach out to various regions that goes deep into the communities in the rural areas, so that those that are unable to get to the urban areas, at least we are able to get to them. And this has helped really a whole lot of people that could not be able to submit their claims.
And is the MVA Fund perhaps exploring any new technologies or platforms to enhance communication and outreach, especially in emergency situations?
Yes, as an innovative institution, we don't just sit back while the technology is running at the fast pace. What we do, we have developed an app where one would be able to not submit your claim, but be able to obtain all the relevant information is what are the steps that you need to take when you want to submit your claim. That would only be able to advantage those with smart devices and smartphones, but it's quite unfortunate for the others that does not have smart mobile devices would not be able to benefit from that. And secondly, we intend to implement the GPS systems in our emergency services vehicles so that when they get to the scene of accident, they'll be able to plot, and then that information would be linked to the call center so that we know where this accident has taken place, and services would be able to be assisted promptly. That's also the same with the app that I spoke about. When one app download the app on your phone, and when you just press on the button required, it will give us the information at the call center. And what we will do is we will dispatch an ambulance as well as police services to the scene so that we ensure that those that are involved would be assisted in the shortest time possible.
Well, lastly, in light, obviously, of all these very tragic accidents that we have been witnessing around the country, what advice do you have for drivers, especially when they are driving at night?
We discourage that by all means. We advise drivers not to undertake their trips at night, but preferably if you would be able to do that on an early morning, meaning that you have had enough rest throughout the night, and when you are embarking on a journey, you are fresh and your concentration are very high. So our word to the drivers is to tell them that please make sure that you plan your journey properly. Avoid undertaking your journey at night because it's not visible, and you might encounter reckless drivers that are overtaking it at any point, and that would be able to cause an accident. So our advice to them is really to make sure that they must plan their journey, how far are they going, and which route are they taking, and keep to a speed limit so that they cannot end up rushing and overtaking unnecessarily that would be able to contribute to a crash to occur.